Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. Fuck all that negative shit, nigga. I'm just being consistent. Keep my spirit uplifted. I'm in the gym of the mentor. My only script is some scripture. I guess this is the promised land and I'm Moses. But you can't kick me out my shit, I ain't going. I led y'all out of slavery and kept you focused. Part of the Red Sea denial still. Pardon my ignorance, we deny these emotions. Niggas living dream, God still hoping. Said we woke, but the mind ain't open. What we don't know is that the truth been cloaked in. All that dark shit, they demonized it, made it irrelevant. Nowadays the youth is screaming demon, how we heaven sent. How I'm supposed to feel, dog, with all this negligence? Most High gave me a message, I ain't texting me. I'm still breathing, ho. I ain't resting yet. See, this the need to know. Kind of blessing here. What kind of seed you sown? Is it the best of you? I want my family on. Diamonds, I'm just being consistent. Keep my spirit uplifted. I'm in the gym of the mentor. My only script is some scripture. I'm just being
tasted that. Now, Kadar, you said you had. Now, what you vibing with?
All right. Poem of the day. It's titled Consequences. Every action has consequences. Habits broken down reveals your personal training. As a consequence, you receive your mental program. A standard for what makes sense. Double is worry if. Hold on. Run that back, EJ. Run that back. All right. From the top. Every action has consequence. Habits broken down reveals your personal training. As a consequence, you receive your mental program, a standard for what makes sense. Double is the worry if inefficient. Ineffective only worries of what's missing. Every effect was caused by things different, or things done differently, or different things. Though they are similar, changing the order also changes their meanings. Every action has a consequence, a standard for what makes sense. There's my 5 cents. Let this guide your 6 cents.
You know, I like that you talking about consequence. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I'm thinking about. Oh, man, but I mean, Trav, you have anything? You have anything that came to mind while he was saying that? He was sharing, or either the song or while he was sharing.
Man, hold on, man.
What? Hold on, what?
Man, hold on. So, welcome to Alive 365 Creators Pod. We are your hosts, Ketter Bob and
JB.
All right. So today we have a guest on the pod. Trav, man, go ahead, introduce yourself, man. Tell the people who he is, why you important, all the other stuff. You go.
Travis Smith. My brother's here. First off, thank y'all for allowing me to be on and just featuring me as a guest. It's an honor. I don't do too much, just a good citizen in society. um, but yeah, I'm just here for the great conversation. I love what you guys are doing, especially with Live 365. I think it's the um I don't want to sound like everyone else like it's the wave of the future, but I think this is a great space, especially for our youth and our generation. We've been dealing with a lot from the pandemic to isolation to finding oneself, and I think this is a space where uh, people can do some deep diving within themselves and within a community with support. So I think Alive 365 a great future. So I'm excited. I'm glad to be a part of it too.
For sure, for sure.
So,
All right, fellas. Now that everybody pulled up to the table, man, let's get active, man. So typically, Trav, like that first little couple minutes after that introduction, if you will, and we pretty much just reflect on the art that we just heard. You know what I mean? Like whatever sent your mind, that like any type of thoughts, man. Just open convo.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm like the slow kid in the
Direct.
class when it come down to the poetry.
Just Trav, bro. So this is what we are.
The poetry though, like I probably gotta see it or hear it like 2 more times. But like the premise talking about consequences and
Straight,
like
bro.
the part of the confusion that got me was like when you talked about changing the order and then that changes meaning. And that was like really dope to me because I look at it as if it's situations. Like if you change your position of where you was at, or if you change the time of the day, you get a different consequences. Because you get a different response, you get a different action. So that kind of resonated with me. And then yeah, the JB that joint hard, man. I like that. I rock with that one. That's a real that's a pretty good vibe. I think it's very fitting for today too as well. Like all this came together. It's crazy.
Cuz said only script. I need really.
Man. Yeah. Hey, Kadar, your
I said
your
only script I need is subscription. I was like, okay, he's saying something like that.
Yeah.
Now your video it was lagging a little.
That's all right, man. Shoot, charge it to the game, bro. My internet, I'm on that cheap Wi-Fi today. It's all right. It's cool.
Yeah, now I'm trying to make sure I didn't talk over you or nothing.
Man, you good, man? Shoot, as long as the folks know what one of us is saying, that's all that matters.
But yeah, man. So I guess I would pose a question. What's the consequences? What's the consequences of one in this world being controversial? Now, like what, like what are the, like when we say today's climate has maybe changed in what's maybe, I don't know what's the term, accepted or I don't know, like is there any examples of what happens to controversial individuals, like actual, like do y'all does anything come to mind when I pose that question, like the consequences of it, or like I guess I see it in different levels depending on what type of controversy it is.
I was about to say, bro, you're gonna have to breathe through that question, man, because I felt like you was asking like 10 questions in one, bro. Like breathe.
No,
breathe,
it's just any consequence.
To what? To what?
Of being controversial.
Okay. So the question is like, what is the consequences of being controversial?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I think before any answer is given, the definition has to be broken down a little bit more, because there's always like association of words. You know what I mean?
Definition of which one?
The word consequence. Like a lot of times people look at it like it's the reaction in a negative to whatever an action was. You know what I mean? It's a reaction in that negative form. But it doesn't really have anything like to do with negative or positive. It's actually a very neutral word. It just really means the thing that comes after a sequence. You know what I mean? Like it's with the sequence, but it's the next thing that comes. And so with that being said, the next thing that typically comes with, in my opinion, with being controversial, I mean, like they say, with it takes destruction in order to have construction. You know what I mean? So the only thing that comes after controversy, man, is like cohesion. You know what I mean? A build together. You know what I mean? After you destroy something, then you have the space to actually build. So, in my opinion, a consequence to being controversial, the space to build something, man. This man threw up a Google definition. You know, Webster's dictionary ain't gonna have the right words you need, man. They gonna have names. I'm just playing with you.
You know, when I think about controversial controversy, I think it varies from person to person. I think the core, not like a technical definition, but the core of it, of controversy, it just means to me a difference of an opinion, so to speak, or someone challenging the system. So what's the consequences of that is growth. If someone is challenging the system, I think the consequences is there's growth. Someone's gonna have the ability to grow, and growth isn't always positive, because you could be growing in hatred, you can be growing in positivity. Isn't so. So I think controversy is healthy in society, and we need it, but it needs to be balanced with the proper said consequence. And in this instance with controversy, I don't think consequences is administered the same way as if if someone was to rob a bank. Their consequences typically to do jail time, because society says robbery is wrong. But if someone is challenging the thought of why do we drive on the right side of the road, the consequences could be fatal. You know, like you could be crashing on the left side of the road because traffic don't go that way. But it could be challenging the system where it causes someone to spark an idea. As an example, as a better example, with Tesla, Tesla isn't anything new. Like, they've been making electric vehicles, but Tesla kind of rebranded it. They gave it more value to us specifically, especially our time. The consequences was the environment was really messed up, and they was like, "Oh, we got a solution for this. Let's go to these electric vehicles." The consequence is that we could better the environment, but the other argument on the other side is the batteries that they're being used and this and that is just as harmful. So, balance, but it's healthy. But and there was
Wait, Kadar, I see you talking, bro. I hear you. Yeah, Kadar, you muted yourself?
That's one of them questions, man, where it's all like, people get that one answer, man, that you really don't want to hear. Well, it depends. Like, we know it. Huh?
I'm hearing you chopping up.
covered it real.
I heard you. It's one of those questions where it kind of depends, but it was chopping.
Man, when I tell y'all I'm on that dial-up internet over here, bro.
You on that AOL?
No offense to anybody that got dial-up, man, but dial-up. Can y'all hear me better now? Yeah,
I
bro.
think the
Can y'all hear me right
consequence.
now?
I think the consequence to dial-up is. I think
Bro, can y'all hear me right
it's
now,
very
man?
controversial.
I feel like the Samsung guy, man, or the Sprint guy.
I hear you, but it's not in sync with what I'm seeing, so it's throwing me off. Because you said something different on the screen
No
than what I'm
offense to
hearing.
anyone that using dial-up, man, but dial-up sucks.
Like you drinking water and talking at the same time right now. I don't know how you pulling that off.
This guy.
Or you didn't do it yet. I can't tell because I hear you. All right,
Hey, look,
but
bro.
no.
Look, bro. I control the time right now, man. I control the time right now, man. Yo,
Nah, y'all both.
you was saying something about the quote thing, man. What's up with that? Because
Me?
I still ain't even heard the album yet.
Oh, the lyrics.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? Because I ain't even heard the album yet, bro.
You didn't hear it.
Nah. I like when I say I ain't heard the album, I ain't heard nobody talk about the album. I ain't heard nobody like preach about the album. I ain't matter of fact, I saw a YouTube video of the album. Didn't even click on it. Like I ain't heard nothing.
I think it's one. I'm not a Kendrick Lamar fan. I don't think he's a terrible artist or a bad artist. I think he's a great artist. But he's just not my wavelength, so to speak. But I like this. I like this album though. I don't know. Maybe it's more relatable because what he was talking about at first, I just couldn't comprehend. Again, I was a slow kid, but um, I really like this album though. I can't really vibe with. I think it's a good mix of like Kendrick and then like what I'm traditionally used to listening to.
Where are you? What you used to listening to? What?
I guess you could say I grew up on the whole trap rap scene. You know, I came up on the old Gucci and the old Jeezy, so I'm kind of used to the trap rap, so to speak. And then trap rap has kind of evolved into what they classify and call mumble rap. I'm not a big fan of that. I like to kind of understand what they're saying, but I'm not against it either. So I'm just so used to more of southern rap, that Zaytoven, that old origin.
So the
I'm used to
beats. Would you say is the beats and
that.
as well?
No, I think Kendrick got some hard beats. It's like really Kendrick's flow. Like when you be going too fast, sometimes like when you rap too fast for me, I just be like, what he say? I have to read the lyrics as he
Right, that's
rapping.
what
I'm
I'm
like,
saying.
but like
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
like to
saying.
do that. Like J. Cole, like, he a bit slower when he rap, but I can catch on real time with J. Cole. But
Yeah, see.
Kendrick, his delivery be like, I gotta be on. Like you gotta have a PhD. I feel like
See,
Man,
like
you
like
gotta
on
have
this
a
joint, when he goes in, he's saying this part fast as hell. I don't know if you see this, Kadar, but on this, he's saying he going the run independent, the women, the strength, the men on the run, the purpose of Bennett, the double. I'm like, the sound though. I don't know exactly what you said though.
Yeah, the cadence be you hitting, but then it's just like I don't know what you saying.
And so what is he? He says the world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. That's saying a lot.
That whole sentence is just that's a lot.
Hold on, wait. I can't read it. So say it one more time.
You can't. It's not. The world in a panic. The women is stranded. The men on a run. The prophets abandon. The law take advantage. The market is crashing. The industry wants N words and B words to sleep in a box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't Monopoly watching for love. This ain't monogamy. Y'all getting effed. Jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel all my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I am done with the sensitive, taking it personal, done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and clericals. I know the feelings that came with burials, cries. And then it goes, yeah. I mean, I didn't know he said all that.
I didn't know he said all that either.
And that's the problem.
He's saying it so fast. He's going that there's one part where kind of he changes his voice right here. He goes, jumping on what the hell is it? I gotta like when I feel, facts. Oh my descendant coming. He's like he changing his voice and stuff, so he make it even more. But yeah, didn't know that part. Interesting.
I gotta like listen to his music with the lyrics next to me. I feel like the old timers, like if they was to listen to like Young Thug or Future right now, they have to use their lyrics. You be like, what he talking about?
and that's the problem with like spoken art, bruh. It's like your subconscious is listening to the ideas that these words are kicking, and literally, if a person can whisper to you, even if you didn't audibly, like consciously hear the thing, your brain still picks up on like the sound of what you think you heard. And you like literally playing those pictures in your head, bro, some like subconscious type thing. And so all this stuff he said, even though you couldn't hear it like in his actual song, real time type thing, I'm pretty sure like them thoughts, like them pictures, whether he created a music video around it or whatever have you, them thoughts, them pictures, bro, like you visually thinking that shit, man. That shit,
this one he has a dope visual he did to it.
Yeah,
I be loving the visuals he
that should be wild, man.
I wouldn't say it's a problem though. It's not a problem because like Kadar started off with like that's the problem with spoken word, and like I don't think that's the problem. I think that's the art. Like if someone can create this imagery in your head with just characters of an alphabet, that's an art. That's talent.
Yeah.
Facts. The problem of it is
we couldn't hear it.
No, exactly. The problem of it is that there's a psychological technique that is going on when you give a sound wave, even if a person don't like consciously receive the sound wave. And like literally a lot of these mumble rap people, but see, there's some real demonic stuff in like their actual words that they're
now we getting let's go right there. Let's hit that corner. Let's bend that turn in life. Yeah, I like this. Yeah. Now we talking about hold on, let me write it down. I ain't even cut you off.
I was about to say,
just made me think of a whole science project dealing with this.
Brad just had a moment.
Yeah. Brain blast.
But he pulled out his notes.
Wait, you do say Brad had a moment.
Hold on. No, because you hitting right on. So, you hitting right on something.
So when I say that's the problem is because it comes back to the fact of absolute knowledge corrupts absolutely type thing. Like if you understand the science behind the techniques, of how to like get images into people's heads, even if like they don't even know what you're saying, bruh. And art can get abused very quickly.
Right.
Very
Okay.
quickly. And it goes back to that consequence. I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all.
No, that's
I mean, is manipulation really abuse though? Because like ultimately you're saying like once you learn the concept, once you learn how to manipulate someone or use your words for manipulatory purposes, is that really abusing it?
So I pause in saying yes or no to that, because it's not more so about one person controlling the minds of others. It's about one person seeding the minds of others. Like you can seed someone an idea, or you can encourage an inception inside someone's brain in terms of saying something very destructive, as well as something that's very destructive. What I'm saying ultimately is the ability to actually know the science of how to go about doing that seeding. That based on the mass, like people knowing the tricks and trades left and right. And that's all I'm saying. Like there's a risk in that, knowing that ability.
so you're saying power and strength can go in either beneficial
Okay.
or detrimental. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but that's everything in life. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, he said intermission.
I'm back.
What you had to do?
I had to go open up the door, but obviously the door opened itself. So I'm back.
But when you was talking about sound, when you said sound, here
Bro, whatever you did, just fix your whole lagging situation. By the way, maybe you need to leave that door open.
You said
yeah,
it did what?
yeah, do that. Keep whatever you did.
Yeah, keep the door open, bro.
The
you
door was
real
blocking
time
the
now.
signal.
The door was blocking the signal. All right, man. Hold on. I gotta go check something out real quick. Hold on.
Oh man.
Now you about to go back to lag.
He been go back to the 1970s. He finna time travel and shit. He gonna come back with gray hair.
Oh man.
Can you see this on the screen?
Yeah. How sound affects water.
You heard about this stuff before, right?
I haven't.
So like,
well, maybe I have, just not in this form.
So basically, the gist that I keep getting is, sound affects water, and then they study how different sounds makes water form under an electron microscope. And so they just play different sounds, and then they're finding the water. The water forms into something beautiful. In a nutshell, it says like after 1 hour of praying, it formed this little crystal thing. It says overall, the words people associate with evil, aggression, fear, etc. destruct the water. It turns it into I guess just structures that ain't beautiful. Like it's not even like an artsy pattern, so to speak. And so they listen to heavy metal, deathcore, black metal, and they compared it, matched up against Mozart and stuff. So I'm like, hold on, could I bet? Oh no. But So I just found that interesting how sound affects water, and so when Kadar was talking about Ramstein, dang, that's how that. Anyway, that's interesting. Because when he's talking about sound or hearing something but not knowing what you're hearing, does it affect you? And so he made me think of this. And so I say, so if our body, they say our body is how much percent water?
Is it
You know what
like
I'm saying?
70%, or am I tripping? Is it 70%?
Yeah, I be hearing all type of, I be hearing fluctuating stuff. I be hearing always 70, all the way to 90 sometimes. But so I mean, like that's interesting.
90%? That's, I don't know about 90%.
Yeah, so
Like,
definitely I be
what's the
hearing
other
70.
10%? Like, what are our bones and organs?
Yeah.
I'm about to Google it.
Oh, he hit a spin. No, he didn't.
What is this?
Yo, that man hit a
Hey
spin.
man, look. Hey, look, right
Yo,
now, you know your mama, they get bored, they start buying stuff, bro. It's like 3 rugs in this little room, man. So I had to do a spin plug so it wouldn't crumble, man. All right.
so
Live,
the
man. Let me
spin, so the spin was for the rug, not even for the grand intro.
the spin. The spin was for the. In fact, I don't even know why I turned on my screen before I did the spin, bro.
You get wait, did you? Is the door still open?
Matter of fact, I do know. I do know. I thought I was ready. I don't think so. Am I glitching?
Yeah, that door blocking the signal, boy. Man,
Hey, you need to open up all your doors.
yeah, windows, the attic, even open the car doors while you at it. Just everything that got windows and doors, just open them up.
Bro, your
Still
Wi-Fi operates off the wind or something.
You got solar
It's
power
restricted.
Wi-Fi. You man got a windmill Wi-Fi. Boy, ain't no wind today, huh? Nah, but I was Kadar, can you see what's on there on the screen? I was just going deeper in how you said us hearing sound, and then like I'm like, yeah, I heard Kendrick, but I didn't necessarily hear everything he's saying. But where I hear you saying, well, okay, what about other people music we be hearing, like a Young Thug or something? You know what I'm saying? Their music be dope, but we don't be knowing everything they saying. And then there was a phase in music where they used to reverse people music and all that, and but so I'm like that's pretty interesting because in this little science project, what happened?
Bro, you said Young Thug, bro. Immediately my brain had went to a line cuz had said once. Bruh said I had to put the dress on because why you say
Oh,
it,
we
man?
can find this line.
Yeah. You can Google that. Bruh said I had to put the dress on because something. And that line will forever stick out to me, bro. Because the logic that he said that sentence with, I'm like, nah, bro. There ain't no reason to put no dress on.
Yeah.
You put a dress on because you want to put the dress on, man. Let's be one.
Hey man, you
Oh,
never know.
bro.
Let's see. Was that the name of the song?
Nah, just say Young Thug lyrics. I put the dress on, and then just leave it on that. He'll pull it up.
The
It was like something like to the effect of I put the dress on because I had a gun on me or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, bro. I know a lot of guys that have guns on them that don't wear dresses, man.
It's on Just How It Is, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was on that song.
Huh. Let me find. Let me find this. Let's see. Hmm. What was the last line? Songwriter. See that'd be a whole nother thing. I ain't know. I ain't think you need writers to be anyway. But let me see. Weezy out of here. Ooh woo, diamonds, peekaboo. Damn, where is that? You think
It
this
sound
the
like you
one?
about to rap a nursery rhyme.
That's what it say. Ooh
Huh?
woo, diamonds, peekaboo. Ooh woo, I done F the crew. Ooh woo, I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rapping.
Hey, I just listened to this song like the other day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dope
It's in
song.
this one. Is it in this one? I ain't finding it.
It,
That line.
it should.
Mhm.
I ain't seeing it.
Yeah, but just have patience with it. You'll find it. I'm pretty sure it's in.
He said, "Have patience." For these words make the water in my body form bad things when I read these words. No, I'm saying. I got white Adderall, amoxicillin. I got lights. I got moths. No fly zone. Such a player, but I cake and cuddle. I got layers. Ground and air to out like linen. Last you tried me almost pop like Linux. Okay, alright. No tresses yet. No tresses.
I don't think it's in this song.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it was another one. Cobalt Publishing. Okay, Cobalt.
Man, I thought you was the research guy, man. You fell me, Smalls.
You came up with the point.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But
But
JB, bro.
you pulled out one of them teachers moments. Like y'all think about that research and get back with me. You the teacher.
Let's see. Young Thug. Shit.
Bro, why you typing in all
Bruh,
caps?
serious? Yo, go back to the top, man.
Where?
Is that
Go
the
back
top?
to the top, bro.
We missed
I'm
it.
at the top.
Take out the Google
Yeah,
thing, man. The
go to
Google
the
thing blocked.
lyrics.
Huh?
Take
Go to
out the
lyrics.
Google thing, bro. Literally,
You said
for
take
like
off the Google.
two lines underneath the woo part.
Oh, I had to wear the dress because I had a stick.
Yeah. It was too consequential. So controversially my eyes skipped over it.
I'm like,
Okay.
bro, I know that little quote was in this song, bro. But
Huh.
nah, it was one of them moments, bro, where like the beat
That's
vibing,
interesting.
and I think it was literally one of them sentences he didn't fully mumble. And when I picked it up, bro, like the first couple times I heard it, I ain't really pick up nothing like that. But it was one time, bro, I picked that thing up, and I was like, wait a minute, Thug, man, that don't make no sense, man. You don't have to wear no dress just to hold a gun, bro. Like that don't make no sense. You put on a dress because you want to put on a dress, man.
But
It's called a spade a spade.
is it Ace of Spades though? Is it King of Spades?
This
Is it
guy.
Jack of Spades? You never know. But man, dang, that's heavy. See, there's a lot of heavy stuff being said, man. Consequences and dresses and water molecules and I mean we kind of went far very quick. I'm sitting here. So we defined consequence. I don't think there's no need to define controversy, is it? I think we
I think
all
I think that question has been answered.
it has.
Yeah, I think that question has been answered.
Oh, so the consequence of being controversial being answered, and the
Yeah,
answer is
there's good reactions as well as bad reactions. At the ultimate, it all depends.
that sound like
That answer that you don't want to hear nobody say, but they always give it. I know.
I feel like it don't. I don't feel like it depends. I think consequences, or I think controversy is good. Like in its rawest form, I think it's good because it, in order for something to be controversial, it requires thought. And the more that we can encourage society to think, I think the a better product will come out of society. The consequences is it's like gravity, you know. You throw something up, it come back down. You do something wrong, you get a you do a consequence happen. You do something right, consequence happen. So I think, like I said, individual thing, but I think it's ultimately good. But we hear controversial and we have associated with so much negativity. But
mm,
when you look at it, some of the things, like as an example, right? As an example, freeing black people was a controversial thing. But has there been more good by having freed black people or enslaved black people? Because when you had us enslaved, you couldn't count our votes as a whole person. But when you freed us, now you just got more votes. So therefore, both sides won on a controversial battle. The consequences are, good and bad on both sides. I think it's
mm,
inevitably good, but somebody had to think that through, though.
mm, mm. 3/5 of a person, some law. Yeah.
Oh wait,
Well,
nah, wait. You saying the action is ultimately good, or are you saying the reaction is ultimately good?
Of controversy,
Right, like the person who, like the origin source of what's being controversial, or the reaction of that source being controversial, like
I think the whole process. So,
the whole process. Okay, so both sides.
the, yeah, controversy requires two sides. Like one person has to come up with a different thought than what someone else is saying, but it teeters that line of like taboo
Mm-hmm.
slavery. Like slavery was that taboo line, like you don't cross it.
mm,
But someone was like, but I am, and I'm gonna benefit from this. You're gonna benefit from this, and they're gonna benefit from this.
mm,
So I think the whole process is it's like brainstorming. I think when you start talking about controversial topics, not emotionally, it's
mm,
like brainstorming.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like when I think that's when like some of our best products start to come out.
mm,
But society, I feel like we have made it such a negative thing. We try to stray away from it, and that's when we start becoming complacent. And
Yeah.
then the consequences of complacency happens. So I don't know. That's why I encourage controversy because it requires you to think. Because now, when someone poses a controversial topic, you immediately pick a side. Like
mm.
Mm-hmm.
subconsciously, you pick a side. Like immediately, you might not say it, but you was like, "Oh, I agree with that," or I don't agree with that. I can't anybody say that on that. But you just
That's
thought
fact.
about it. But that's good because it just shows that we're thinking, and you want to think in society. You want a dead society, so I
Mm.
encourage it. Now, when you start putting too much emotion into it, things get kind of weird because you're not thinking no more. You're thinking off emotions, not logic.
Mm.
So in that same realm of logical controversy, meaning like we're not disagreeing, we're debating. You have a point, I have a point. We're trying to get to the middle of some form of a consensus. that actually takes the good in both of it and accepts whatever the bad that comes with it. What is too much controversy?
I think too much controversy is when you start to merge into emotional driven arguments. When you're so invested that it no longer become a thoughtful process, it just start becoming a reactive of emotions, underlying emotions, and you're not saying the root. You're not saying what you really want to say. So that's when I think it becomes too much because we're no longer listening now. We're just expressing.
Could it ever be too much before it gets to the emotion?
What do you mean? Say that question again.
I said, could it ever be too much before it gets to the emotion? Meaning, like, we're literally just like everyone's still thinking logical, but could it ever be too much while we're in that logical like frame of mind?
If it causes someone to be emotional, what if?
That's
what I hear.
That's even going a little bit further than what I'm saying. So prime example. They say I am going to slaughter this quote or this idea, paraphrasing this very loosely. So when you cooking something, let's say you're baking a cake or something like that, right? And you check in the oven 4 times, 5 times, 6 times more than like the normal time frame of how many or frequency of how many times you should check it.
Yeah.
The end result of it is hindered in a way, I guess is the best word I can say.
Yeah.
Than what it could have been if you just like checked it a couple times and been done with it. And I mean, let the actual process do its thing.
Right.
Like, could there be too much controversy?
Yeah.
Even while we're in that framework of logic.
Yeah, and I think that's when you start to introduce the idea of overthinking.
Preach.
So yeah.
Preach. I've been doing that for a long time, man. Come on now, you're going somewhere with this one, brother. Preach. What you mean? Elaborate on that one.
So, using the analogy of like if you're baking a cake and you just constantly keep opening it, you're not letting the heat actually penetrate the entire pastry, or is that the right thing? The cake. Penetrate the entire cake. So it's kind of like we'll get stuck on a concept and an idea or verbiage or how you said something versus what you said. And then we start to overthink it, overanalyze it, and we miss the point of what's actually been the actual controversial topic. So, like, as an example, like, we know sexuality right now is a very controversial topic. But what we stuck on, gender transition, pronouns, where you gonna use the bathroom at, like your basic human functions. But ultimately, what did we miss here is that there's a group of people in society that wants to be accepted but aren't being accepted because they've never been accepted. But someone was like, let's make this a thing. Let's accept them. Just like with black folks. Like, we weren't accepted by society. But then someone was like, let's accept them and let's, whatever. So, yeah.
100% concur with that, bro. I said that. Where my day? One glass thing. I concur. I say good chop. I do concur.
Interesting.
Oh man, yeah, no, that makes 100% sense, bro. And like, Yo, I was having a controversial conversation with one of my coworkers the other day uh, about communication and like, man, y'all been knowing me for a while, man. I tend to speak. Uh, how do I say it? I tend to speak last first. You know what I mean? Like I start at the end and walk my way backwards to the beginning. Um, for anybody that wants to produce a movie and they want to like have that little foreshadow thing where you see the end at the beginning and then I mean then the movie play thing, they'll call me. I promise you, like my brain it naturally thinks that way, so I got you. I can write a whole storyline for you.
Mhm.
Plug plug. All right, but I was talking to a coworker the other day, man, and we were just talking about communication, bro. And like honestly, my way of communicating with some of my folks, it it doesn't hit home, and because it doesn't hit home, a lot of my ideas just like even though they're effective or should be efficient, they're projected to be efficient. They're not received because it doesn't hit home with what I'm trying to say. And
Mm.
Brad broke it down like the basic of the basic of the basic, and I was like, dang, I'm overthinking the way I think about communication. Like, bro had broke it down to first start off by saying, obviously, that time period of being quiet is a great time to like listen to the terminology that people use, so that like when you hear them explain something, you know the descriptive words they use to explain whatever the ideas that they're trying to pitch. So, example he had gave me in the conversation was if you was literally sitting down listening to some mechanics talk or to some engineers talk, and they use the word car to refer to a two-door vehicle, and they use the word automobile to refer to a four-door vehicle, then whenever you trying to refer to a four-door vehicle, don't say car, say automobile. You'll naturally be speaking a language at that point in time, which would then allow for you to naturally. His second point was use the basic or not basic, use the least amount of information necessary to get
Mm.
the point across. I know
Mm.
the least amount of information now because I know the right words to say that's going to convey the ideas. Now we're sitting in the same room. And now with that idea of the picture that I got with you using the words, what idea I'm trying to kick to you? Like what's the actionable like X does Z, you know what I mean, equals Y. Wow. What type of alphabet I learned in school? Oh my gosh. X does Y equals Z.
Hey, I ain't know which one I'm supposed to go where. So you better than me.
Bruh, I'm doing algebra over here, man. This is
Yeah,
basic
that's
math.
fast. Yeah, that's like calculus, trigonometry mixed
Bruh,
together.
this is basic math, bro. I'm over here doing algebra. Jesus.
I said X does Z equals Y. I'm like,
But yeah, nah, it
How do
goes back to that point though, man. Like in that moment, it's literally too much controversy and me overthinking how to communicate.
mm,
And because that aspect of controversy is there within myself, it then further confuses the natural controversy of the idea that I'm trying to pitch in the first place.
you?
mm,
Yeah, but the way Cuz had broke that down, bro, that was like mind boggling. Matter of fact, we was on a Zoom call. I told
mm.
Cuz to give me that Zoom recording. I'm gonna watch it because it was literally like a 10-15 minute meeting or whatever happened. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna watch that stuff till it sink into my brain and I naturally start to like implement that whole concept or that whole philosophy. That
Mm.
was dope.
Man.
That was dope.
Sheesh. That's powerful, man.
Yeah.
That's powerful. For sure. Well, we
Mhm.
definitely we definitely got the first one knocked out. Well, we got the first one in a long time knocked out. You know what I'm saying? This stuff gonna flow. That's just good though. I mean, cause now with the answers I'm seeing, Yeah, controversy is good, but it seems like it gotta be. There's a balance to it, and like you said, cannot have nothing to do with emotions. It should be more scholarly and just like that definitely provides a guideline to the type of like really interesting, man.
I also I don't want to wholeheartedly say it doesn't involve emotions because it wouldn't become controversial without emotions. But it shouldn't be emotionally driven. Um, like because then people probably bring in the whole idea about passion and et cetera, et cetera. But I just don't think it should be emotionally driven. Like as an example, when you start talking about prejudice and hatred and things like that, like I feel like that's more emotionally driven than like actual like I don't agree with you because you don't look like me.
Mm.
And that's just an acceptance. Like I can't accept you because you don't look like me and I don't understand why you don't look like me. So, you know,
You said
like things of that nature.
a wise person never makes a decision angry.
Yeah, facts. I tried that, but it doesn't work out well.
It takes a lot of patience,
Yeah.
to say, yo, you know what? I know we like got a timeline on or a deadline on me giving you a decision, but I'm so mad right now. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna get back to you with that answer. I'm gonna walk
Mm.
away.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of patience to do that. Motherfucker be like, what'd you say?
You get
Like,
back here now.
hey, bro, I'm gonna get right with you. Like when that emotion hitting, bro, your blood pumping, man. You like, yo, forget that whole patient stuff.
But funny enough today at work, this side conversation. But at work today we had our wellness counselor. She came through and she gave us this training. And what stood out was that she said, "How long does it take for like the anger once you get like aroused and you're angry and shit like that or stuff like that?" She was like, "How long do y'all think like that emotion lingers in your brain, the chemical linger in your brain?" So you heard answers like hour, 30 minutes, um, 45 seconds, something like that. And then her ultimate answer, she was like, "It takes 6 hours
I can
for
believe
it to like fully get out your system."
I can believe
And
that.
I was like, wow, 6 hours for like that energy to leave. And just imagine like we never I can speak for myself. I'm not good at taking the time and actually calming down off that emotion and then go back to a logical thinking state. And think about it like this, like some people compound that because they get angry, they walk away, and they get angry again. And they just keep compounding and then they get into this like this big
Stress.
yeah.
Stress.
That stood out. That was crazy to me. The fact that you just said that, and I just thought about that. I was like, man, I should share
Bruh.
it.
Bruh, that's 100% fact. So I get off at like roughly 5:36 Eastern time. Bruh, that night after me having like a controversial like blow up conversation with my supervisor, man, I literally went to sleep. Matter of fact, I did not go to sleep. I laid in the bed for like an hour and a half, bro. My head like hurting off the stress of being mad about the day, bro. Like, yo, that is some real stuff, man. And here's the crazy part. I was not trying to hold on to that madness. I was literally trying to forget the fact that like we had a very rough conversation and it just would not shake. In fact, I literally had to like break down and pray to the person I prayed to, and it was just like, yo, release this weight off my head, man. Like that was 7, 6 hours, 8 hours later, bro. It's still on my head type thing. I literally went to sleep that night with a headache.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the person you pray to?
What you say?
You said, "Who's the person you pray to?"
Oh, shit. Hey man, I keep it neutral because at the end of the day, it's all about like we all understand the same concept. Like energy is out there. You know what I mean? Like it's something above us. I ain't really got no name to it, to be honest with you. So I just keep it neutral.
It's funny. It's funny how you segment into that. Wait, who you pray for?
Oh, I had stopped it. He's like, this guy.
Yeah. It just sounded. He made it sound so juicy. You know, I had to really pray to the person I pray to. That sounds fun, bro. Who you pray to, bro? Sound like that work.
You get?
You're right.
Yeah, you got a direct line.
You get at Walmart, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, can I use your phone to call? Too?
Right. Shoot, they got a hotline.
No, man. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
All right, so Debbie, you got any other questions to hit us?
I mean,
I just hit a mumble sentence just then.
huh?
I know I ain't say nothing. I just hit a mumble sentence just then. It was like 4-5 words, just 1 to 1.
Oh, well, you be using big words like concur and consensus and stuff. So you made up for it, cause
I don't think big is the right word for that one, right?
in my rapper world,
more like
big
unique
words.
Some people say unique, bro. You don't hear it very often. And even to most people, it still ain't a unique word. But I get what you're saying, though. We there. But nah, bro, you got any more questions to hit at us, man?
I mean, y'all kind of pretty much helped. I mean, that was the actual real question I was asking. I mean, so y'all helped. I ain't got no other questions. Y'all went pretty. Hey, you need to create some emojis. You got some emojis.
I'm like, bro, are you trying to say yes and no at the same time? Like, what we doing?
Wait, that wasn't clear. You didn't hear what I said?
Nah, bro. You said yes and no, bro.
Bro said that was a real question.
Yeah, so shit.
Oh man.
The question that I did ask. Yeah, so I mean, I really didn't have nothing else like that. Went over and beyond.
All right, man. So at this point in time, then let's go ahead and start hitting that wrap up, then, fellas. Trav, with you being a guest on the show, man. Normal how we do it is first want to hear some feedback, you know what I mean? Just like anything in general. You can have positive, you can have controversial, you know what I mean, negative, if you will. Just anything, you know what I mean, you can push at us. And then we're gonna start wrapping up with 3 things for this last week we've been grateful for. And then JB will take us out with 2 minutes or however minutes. If you want to play the song we heard at the beginning, you know what I mean? Call it a good meeting, man. So.
First off, thank y'all again for just hosting me on the show. Real honor. I enjoyed the show though. Real natural, honest conversation. Required me to think a little bit on some of my answers. Listen, something I'm struggling with. Listening. Yeah. And then you said, oh yeah, we gotta y'all need to send Kettle Bob some money to get his internet together. if y'all can what you use, PayPal, Cash Out, hey, whatever outlet he using.
Hey, bro, team,
donate money.
Hashtag dial up team, bro. We out here. It's cool. We good. I ain't glitching no more.
Help. Hey, he got to keep the door open. He got the screen door open in the
Oh man.
But no, bro, like it was a good show, man. I really enjoyed it, man. I really do appreciate y'all for this, inviting me, having me on.
All right, man. Now that you gave us your corporate answer, bro, like feedback,
Mm-mm.
bro. Good, bad, ugly. Know what I mean? Like, how can we improve this thing?
We still alive?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we want the people to hear this too.
I mean, like,
Cause said we still alive. I can't be corporate no more. What's up? Should I still be corporate? I do not approve this message. Hey man, yo, I just noticed. Take the
You just
GoDaddy
did.
sites off, bro. We upgraded, man. Shoot, I went
You
down
don't
to
use that one no
download.
more?
Yeah, nah, bro. Take the GoDaddy off, man. Shoot, we live365.com. Nah, 365creators.com. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, man. I upgraded the site. Oh, no, let me say it like this. I downgraded my Wi-Fi to upgrade the site.
Hold on, Travis muted.
Put some respect on it, man. Yeah, Travis is muted. Put some respect on it, man.
So just allow365creators.com.
Yeah, man.
That was a good decision right there.
Yeah, bro.
He downgraded the Wi-Fi to upgrade the website.
Yeah, hey, I'm all the way committed, bro. Y'all can still cash at me though. It ain't the same cash out that he just said, but y'all can still cash at me.
Hey, yeah,
It's not
cash
this one?
out that man. Cash out him. Hey, we start with $5 donation. That will get him upgraded to the next package.
Hold on.
You send him 20, he might get the unlimited package.
Hey, we don't glitch no more. Oh man. Yo, bruh. Oh my gosh. I know I ain't that old, but I'm about to date myself. Bro, y'all remember the antennas on the TV?
Yeah.
Gotta goddamn, you know what I mean, find the right reception, otherwise it's static in the whole time. Man, look, bro, that's how I am right now on my Wi-Fi, bro. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's the right URL right there, bro.
That's what the dough for. That's what the dough's for. The dough
Yeah,
for you
bro,
finding the right wind coming through to push the signal.
yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. I'm about to put some aluminum foil around the window seat. Put some aluminum foil around the window seal, man. But yeah, JB, that's what it is now, man. We upgraded to the real thing. Strong arm. Dial up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to answer your question though, in terms of feedback, I actually had already constructed like suggestions, because what I did was I went and looked at the video with what's his name, Aristotle. I looked at that video. So I kind of already knew the format already anyway. But I had already came up with like suggestions. It's more so in terms of the bad or the critique would be cutting time and efficiency. And my suggestion was you and JB have like an agenda, kind of like pull up on Google Docs or something. But y'all can also make quick comments like, do this, do that, do this, do that. Because thinking in the future or moving forward, as the podcast grows and the podcast starts becoming an asset to the brand, it makes money for the brand. You got to have segment times for ads, and ads make money. So efficiency is gonna come into that, because then you're gonna start seeing podcasts is 2, 3, 4 hours long. No one wants to listen to a podcast that long.
Yeah.
Most podcasts is getting like what, 30, 45 minutes. So that was really like my biggest points. But in terms of like everything else, I don't know. I don't really see anything crazy from there.
Okay. Understood. Well received. Definitely do appreciate it. All right, fellas. 3 things, man. Don't overthink it. We ain't trying to be controversial. What you grateful for from this last week?
3 things each, or like one per person?
Nah, 3 things each, man. You ain't got 3 things you can say you grateful for from this last week.
No. I do. I just didn't know how you was.
Oh, it was my communication again. That's what you're trying to say.
Exactly. Exactly. You wasn't saying automobile. You was talking about that photo.
All right, man. Well, I'll get us kicked off and saying, man, look, this last week.
You talking about me? He got the longest pause.
This is a very sentimental moment for me, man. Give me a second. All right,
Be still emotional.
All right, so this last week, I got 3 wisdom teeth pulled, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't feel nothing throughout the process. Well, I ain't gonna say I ain't feel nothing. I felt the day of getting it pulled, but I ain't have a bad reaction in terms of intense pain. So like, I'm grateful for my high pain tolerance when it comes to my oral hygiene, if that makes sense. Like, I ain't saying I'm no tough guy, but I'm grateful for the fact that I didn't really feel too much pain and had that reaction that most people say. Like, I was down for like 2 weeks. I ain't had to go to work for like 4 days. Like, I ain't had none of that. I was working the same day I got the teeth pulled.
I went to sleep the same day I got mine pulled.
Okay.
That did they do the what is it called? Anesthesia.
They just gave me the shot. I ain't get the laughing gas stuff.
Oh, bro, you missing out, bro. I got the laughing gas, bro. That was, listen, I see why people do real drugs like that, bro.
Bro, even the shots, it was my first time having something so intense to where my face was numb, bro. Like, everything right here was just numb, bro. Like, I was laughing throughout the whole time frame.
Bro, that laughing gas that's where it's at, bro. All I remember, it was like countdown from 10, and I was like 10, 9, gone. Bro, I woke up. I remember waking up in my room, in my bed, and I was like, "What happened?"
Jesus, oh, that's rough.
Yeah, bro. Like,
that sounds smooth.
Yeah, bro.
That's rough, bro. That's my blackout night, man. Wow. All right, man. So second thing I'm grateful for from last week. I ain't even trying to plug myself, but I was working on this other idea, like a business idea. I just made like 7 sales this last week, bro, and I just started doing marketing on this thing, bro.
Hey, hey, we gotta get the clap. We gotta get the clap thing in the background, bro.
It's dope, bro. It's not illegal. I ain't selling no dope. I ain't selling no guns, none of that. Like, it's very legal. But I literally started marketing this week. I'm working with a couple of freelancers and we're making some progress. So I'm grateful for that. I actually extended that gratitude with the freelancers and letting them know, like, yo, I do appreciate the work that they're doing. Obviously, I'm just paying them to do the work, but it's still, like, it goes a long way when you tell people, man, how you actually feel, especially when you do appreciate the work that they do for you.
Are they gonna get a raise though?
Hell no! What? I'm on dial up. Yeah. like what?
Hey, that's a fair point. We're gonna be at the point we can't even be on the podcast. Hey, actually, y'all seen the man $50 on his cash out. We gotta get the freelancers a $10 raise. We gotta go to the unlimited package.
First of all, they get a raise, bro. How Sway?
Bro, I'm advocating for the small business entrepreneurs.
This guy. All right, man. And the last thing I'm grateful for, man, I'm grateful for the fact that I'm in this remote position, bro. because it's allowed me to pretty much just travel around, man, and see some folks that I ain't seen in years. Pretty much everybody, man. My grandma, my mama, my little sister, everybody. Like I'm just really traveling right now, man, and I'm enjoying being around family. So I'm definitely grateful for that. 100.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
All right, y'all both ain't got to go at the same time. You know what I mean? Take one at a time. One at a time.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead then. First thing I'm grateful for, even though this wasn't last week, but I just had time to reflect on it this week. Unfortunately, I had to go home for unfortunate circumstances, but through that unfortunate circumstance, I was able to see a lot of family members that I haven't seen in a while, just due to, our lives are just in different places right now. But being around family, being back at home and seeing all of them, it really helped me appreciate my upbringing. It really helped me appreciate the support system that I have. I'm really grateful for that. Current this week. Relationships is another thing. The development of relationships and the ending of relationships is another thing I was grateful for. And then lastly, I think something that we all take for granted is actually being in our right mind. I work in a job where you could be exposed and see a lot of different things, and coming across someone that unfortunately isn't in their right mind kind of makes you appreciate that you do wake up and you have the ability to quote unquote think clearly or logically reason with yourself and make sense of life. So grateful for that.
Sure. Man, this whole dang time you've been over there coughing, trying to clear your throat. You had water this whole time.
What happened? Me?
Yeah, man.
Hey, it's actually, I think that's just a nervous tick. I just I don't know. But I do that when I be writing emails.
Bro, I ain't even speaking.
It's just I ain't even know I had did it either until you said did I do it? But my throat's straight. What you mean?
Bro, I'm like, yo, why don't just drink some water, man? Hey, bro, had did that like 15 times throughout the video. I ain't saying it messed up the video because obviously we just vibing, but I'm like, dang, bro, drink some water. That's why they have agua.
Bro, what if that's my disability?
Well, thank you for making me the actual asshole. I apologize. Like, Jesus.
You know what?
Too much controversy now. Too much controversy.
Jesus.
That's not the good kind of controversy now.
All right, JB, man. You've been stalling long enough.
I'm
bro.
grateful. I'm grateful for stalling. That's it. Anyway, health. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for the opportunities and blessings outside of just regular everyday health. And then I would say grateful for the few real people that I got, including.
All right. Well, we love the corporate answer that you give at the press conference, my friend. So now, when you say you're grateful for health, opportunities, and real people, could you give us something a little bit more real, my friend?
That is real. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, dive into it, man.
Like which one?
All three of them.
Health. What do you mean? Like ask the question. What you mean about health? What ain't clear on that one?
Okay, so look at me. When a person asks you, "How was your day?" you say, "Good." That's exactly what you just did. How was your day? Good. That don't tell them nothing. Why was it good? Why you happy? Why you grateful for health? Why you grateful for opportunities? Why are you grateful for
Say
real people?
why?
Yeah,
You ain't
man.
say do all that. You said
Bruh.
name 3 things you grateful for.
Bruh.
Hey, you want to know another thing?
What's up?
In my training today, my counselor said something that really resonated with me. She was like, sometimes it's about asking the right question to get the right answer. As simply as that put, to both of y'all, you asked the question, he responded. But that ain't what you was looking for. Maybe you had to re-ask the
Yeah, what are you
answer, or
looking for?
re-ask the question to get what you're looking for.
Hmm.
Michael Brelson's counselor really did say that though.
That's fair. That's fair. 100% fair. I charge to the game with my communication skills once again. All right, man.
What is it
Let's dive
about
into it.
health?
Hmm?
What is it? What aspect? No. What experience did you have this week that made you grateful for health?
That's a
I
great
can,
question, man. That's the way to ask that question.
I'm glad I can still use my legs and my body.
Sorry.
Some people can't do that.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just I didn't expect to hear that.
Hey, bro, if you just saw a paraplegic and you was like, "Yeah, man, I'm glad I can walk," it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Cause I be exercising, I be working out, so I'm like, I know most people ain't got the energy to freaking exercise. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm glad I can even get up and exercise. Shoot. When it comes to that, like I'm glad. I mean, shoot, I don't know, my health could be way worse or something. I mean, my pops had 2 hip replacements. Shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, speaking of that, not to prolong the podcast or anything, but I think this is my. But I think I ain't seen you since the pandemic, right? Like we haven't seen each other since the pandemic. The old thing started, right?
Who?
Dang, bro, y'all ain't seen each other in the whole 3 years.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen JB since it's 2 years, right?
I don't even remember the last time I saw you.
Anyways, so my thing is how did like y'all hold up throughout the whole isolation period and stuff like that? Did y'all have like a really difficult time um going through the isolation period, or was it just like normal business for y'all?
You talking about JB or both of us?
Really both of y'all, but I was saying JB because like I don't think I've seen JB since the start of the pandemic until
Yeah.
now. I've talked to all y'all, of course, but it's just like sometimes you don't see people and they like make a drastic change and you be like, bro, what happened?
Hey,
Chill out.
remember that one time I came to New York for what's the name birthday? Like,
Yeah.
Cuz was supposed to come through with me when we had went to the to Buffalo or something like that, bro. Or no, Rochester. It was some place right outside where y'all was stationed at, man, or where y'all was living at. Bro, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about, bro. and JB was gonna come through with me. But this man over here, like the pandemic, I ain't trying to get sick, bro. Cubs like, yeah, bro, I ain't gonna kill it, bro.
It went. No, it was some
Who
other stuff.
birthday? Who birthday in New York?
Alondra, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You know, I need to talk to her.
Yeah, bro. He was supposed to come through with me, man. Man, talking about some, yeah, bro. I ain't trying to get sick. I don't know who's gonna be here.
Oh yeah. That was like that was like independent. Wasn't it?
It wasn't that. It was the fact that it was.
That was
some
right when they
organized-
allowed people to have multiple people to be in your house. You know what I mean? Like they was shutting down 10 or more folks if they was trying to have a little party in their crib.
Bruh, and New York was crazy. It was like another level.
Yeah. But nah, to answer your question, man, throughout the time frame, bro, I've been hustling. Like you already know, man. Doing the moving stuff, doing any other idea I was doing, man. I was hustling the whole time frame.
Bro, so many people, and like that's another thing. I'm sorry I keep bringing up these points, but like the pandemic really like brought out like the hustling people.
Mhm.
Like you seen so many people get so creative in like such a short period of time, and like a lot of people was able to make a lot of money, and that's like, I think that's dope. That speaks volumes about the country we're in, the society, the opportunities we have, and like I don't know. I feel like I can't say this. I want to say it, but I can't say it. But I want to say like there should be no reason why people should be broke. But then again, situations are all different. So
Man, I'm gonna go out there and
I
say
can't wholeheartedly say it, but I think it takes the right situation to wake up a hustler in a person.
Man, look, bro, I'm gonna go out there and say it, man. There is 100% a reason why everybody should be broke. There is no how do I say it? How do I say it? There is no I can't really say reason twice because I mean obviously reason ain't the right word, but I'm gonna say it with the word reason. It's a better word out there. I just don't know it right now. But there is no reason why anyone should be poor.
Yeah.
And I know we're going into a whole nother segment, but there is 100% reason why everybody should be broke, and there is like literally no reason whatsoever why anyone should be poor. And the reason why I say that is because broke, when it comes to being broke, it's obviously the resource that you have, meaning that you ain't really got nothing like that. There ain't really enough resources for everybody, and that's my own personal belief. So if we were all to like share that equally, you know what I mean, we would be somewhat in a broke comparison to like what people are as if they were today comparing.
I agree with that. I'll even take it a step further because broke people, man, it's gonna sound real bad, but broke people are an asset because without the mindset, without the lack of, you couldn't provide them with value.
And that's why I say poor, because poor is more so is like broke is all about the resource, meaning like you ain't got none. But poor is the word that's all about the mentality, meaning like you really don't understand how to be resourceful enough to bring in any money.
Yeah,
Like you don't have no financial literacy enough to like actually finesse the game to bring in something and hold what you're bringing in. Like there ain't no reason why anybody should be poor. Like their information is so free to the point to where it's like, bro, all you gotta do is get you some, like ET. Knowledge is new money, bro. Get you some.
No offense to the people that are considering themselves poor or broke. I love you guys equally, but
100% offense.
Do understand how this world is built. The wealthy thrives off the broke, and I'm the wealthy.
Oh, but hey, bro, what are you getting? No money, entertainment. What you talking about, bro? Shoot, no dollars, bro. In fact, we give dollars. What you mean? What you mean, man?
$18 more.
But now, like the concept though, for anybody who don't have the mental capacity, obviously that's a whole nother structure of like getting into that conversation. But
Yeah.
to tie it all back in before we get into a whole nother segment of a whole nother podcast, you know what I mean?
My apologies.
To answer your question, I was hustling throughout the pandemic. I'm pretty sure JB was on that same thing, but from like a music standpoint. JB, you was trying to go into that next two things you was grateful for. Like what experiences you actually had within the last week that made you grateful for opportunity, as well as grateful for real people that you got in your life.
Well, the whole opportunity, I would just say I got opportunity. So within the last week, then I can say, like, one thing, you gotta understand, in my world, every day is the same. Been like that for years, pretty much. So that's why it may sound general, but every day is pretty much the same, pretty much overall. So the opportunity is I have the opportunity to make more money with the people that I've been like meeting with. Like just different ideas or maybe projects coming my way or something. So that's why I separate that from health, because I just see that as a way to survive and stuff, like something outside of me exercising day to day. And then outside of that, I'm like, what else I'm grateful for? And I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all too. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe a few more individuals that I know is at least genuine and honest. You know what I mean? And within the last week, I mean, we talked, and then now look, we you know what I'm saying? We doing what we talked about, which is, you know, I mean, hey, it's
All
dope.
All right. I appreciate that constructive criticism, Trav. And JB, that was a lot more personal. I definitely do appreciate that, and I know the people in the audience probably appreciate that as well. So with that being said, go ahead, JB, man, pull back up the jam that you had playing earlier, brother. Let's
Play the same one.
Yeah, play the same. Let's vibe out, man.
Let's see here. At this joint. All right. It was. Oh, where'd it go? It disappeared. No, wait. It disappeared for real? Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck all that negative shit, nigga. I'm just being consistent. My spirit uplifted. I'm in a gym of the mentor. My only script is some scripture. I guess this is the promised land and I'm Moses. But you can't keep me on my shit, I ain't going. I let y'all out slavery and kept your focus. Part of the Red Sea, denial still flowing. Part of my ignorance, we deny these emotions. Niggas living dream, die still hoping. Said we woke, but the mind ain't open. What we don't know is that the truth been cloaked in. All that dark shit, they demonized it, made it irrelevant. Nowadays the youth is screaming demon, how he heaven sent. How I'm supposed to feel, dog, with all this negligence? Most High gave me a message, I ain't texting me. I'm still breathing, ho, I ain't resting yet. See, this the need to know. Kind of blessing here, what kind of seed you sown? Is it the best of you? I want my young diamonds, I'm guessing shit. Consistent. Keep my spirit uplifted. I'm in a gym of the mentor. My only script is some scripture. I'm just being consistent. Keep my spirit uplifted. I'm in a gym of the mentor. My only script is some scripture. I'm talking to myself, I ain't really trying to wait. I want that shit right now, man, I want that shit today. I wanna feel that joy, man, that peace, fuck the hate. So I get up in the morning, do cardio on skates. 30 minutes is all it takes. Stagnation be in our way. Gotta push through, practice pushing through on the daily. Get a squad, build a team, then you'll I'm just being consistent. Keep my spirit uplifted. I'm in the gym at a mentor. My only script is some scripture. I'm just being consistent. Keep my spirit uplifted. I'm in the gym at a mentor. My only script is some scripture.
And that is that.
Man, look, to everybody that's in the pod, well, everybody that's listening, man, we hope y'all doing all right. Hope y'all enjoying to have, I don't really know how to say it, man. So I'm just in it there. Peace and love, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.